It's official. The strongest pet inside Clash of Clans is now the Spirit Fox. Why? It allows its hero to go invisible for up to 4 seconds and is best used with the King, Queen, or Royal Champion. We've already seen a few of the new upgrades and buildings at Town Hall 16. Let's have a look at the pet house, and this new level unlocks the Spirit Fox. These stats you see here are at max, but have a look at this graphic. So the King's just come out of invisibility. That is the ability of the Fox, and goes back into it so quickly. That cooldown is so much shorter than I thought it would be, and that's what makes this Spirit Fox completely and utterly busted. Here are the upgrade costs and times in case you're curious. Worth noting, the ability duration at level 1 is 3 seconds, so that's still pretty significant, so definitely want to get this upgrade done ASAP. I will gem those first couple of levels, but let's have a look at it in action. So this is a smash attack here, but I'm going to use other funnel troops on the funnel as well. So there's going to be the siege barracks and witches as well. Why do I say that? You'll see why in a second, because have a look. Because the King goes invisible, the P.E.K.K.A. is now getting shredded. The King was tanky at the start, but now the P.E.K.K.A. gets wrecked and got next to no value, and the Ricochet Cannon just targeted my wizards, which is a problem. The point of the King is he's meant to tank when he is on the funnel, but he's still got plenty of health. Let's have a look at what he can do. So pops the ability. Notice that the barbs do not go invisible when your King goes invisible. That would be completely and utterly busted. But this King's putting in really good work. He's still nearly full HP. And in fact, the Titan and the Yeti out of the siege barracks are coming up now. Now, there is not many wizards left alive, and there's no P.E.K.K.A. left alive. They got wrecked because the King doesn't do a great job tanking. But that doesn't mean he's not effective. Because he wasn't tanking at the start, we were able to save his ability for the Eagle, the defensive King, and that final Ricochet Cannon. So if you want to save your King ability for a bit later, this can definitely be worth it. But have a look, the King is still 75% HP. In fact, the Titan, which has 8,200 hit points, is about to die. The Titan from the siege barracks and the Yeti from the siege barracks have died before my King has, and the King is still going. He's actually going to do a, half lap of the base, 180 degrees. We deployed him at 6 o'clock. He will end at 12 o'clock. That is ridiculous, so keep that in mind. Now, in this attack, we're doing the exact same smash attack, but we are not going to bring any other funnel troops aside from this sneaky gob you see deployed here on the flank. And we're going to see the difference, because obviously it's nice having that Spirit Fox ability for the King, but if that just means he's exposing the other funnel troops, the ones that need tanking, it's not altogether as worth it as you'd hope. So the King's on the flank here, but have a look at this. The Ricochet Cannon destroys the Spirit Fox. It's the same with the multi-archer tower, will do the same thing. So thankfully the Spirit Fox goes into ability here. Now I should have hit my King ability right now. I made a mistake, so we don't really see the full capability of what the Spirit Fox would have done by itself. But safe to say, based on what we've just seen there, that the King is really strong with the Spirit Fox, but not as strong when he's by himself on a whole flank, particularly against the new defenses in the Ricochet Cannon and the Spirit Fox and the multi-archer tower. But right here is the perfect usage for the Spirit Fox. So if you're doing a Queen Charge attack, whether it be Queen Charge Lalo or Queen Charge Twin Hogs, pretend that's what I'm doing here. Ignore the Titans in my army camp. If you're doing that and you need to send the King for the Town Hall, the Spirit Fox is perfect for the job. Now, unfortunately, because the King goes invisible, that second expo you see on the top side is targeting my Queen, but she's fine. She's got the healers and the rage on her. But have a look at the King here. He has barely taken any damage up until now, and he is going to take down the Town Hall without using his ability and with most of his health still intact. And this right here is the perfect usage of the Spirit Fox. It is so good when you need your heroes to get one specific target. And yeah, that is a really nice usage of it there. Let's have a look at the Spirit Fox with the Queen. We'll start with the Queen Charge, because on paper it sounds perfect. If my Queen's in too much damage, maybe the Spirit Fox can make it invisible. Doesn't work out that way. So you notice here, we got to deal with the defensive King, but because the Queen and the Spirit Fox are invisible, the Headhunter can't really deal with the King, can it? Queen goes back invisible. So it is nice because our Queen's taken no damage thus far. But yeah, it's not the perfect one. Now, I'm going to use the invis here to keep the Spirit Fox alive to show you exactly why this doesn't work. So, have a look at this. Yep, the air bow targeted the healers because the Spirit Fox and the Queen were invisible. And this is exactly why you should not use the Spirit Fox with Queen charges. How about a Zap Lalo? So I did a Zap Lalo here, and then we did a Yeti Bomb because I got rid of the Monolith and the Eagle. And we're going to Sui in the top side. What is the Spirit Fox like when you do a Sui? Keep in mind, we have the King tanking here. And it's going to be the exact same problem we saw before with the Queen. The Queen does not need to go invisible now. There's no need for her to go invisible, but obviously the Spirit Fox is going to make her periodically invisible, and that means the King's still taking the same amount of damage, but the Queen, yeah, this Spirit Fox is doing absolutely nothing at this point in time. We'd be better off with the Unicorn. But let's see what happens once the King goes down, because maybe that's when the Spirit Fox can come into its own, but you're going to see the big weakness of the Spirit Fox with the Queen, and that is the Spirit Fox is in front of the Queen. It has less range, so the King is about to go down. This is when the Spirit Fox should come into its own, and yeah, it dies because it's not being tanked for by the Queen. With the King will tank for the Spirit Fox, not with the Queen at all. She is too much of a ranged unit, and yeah, completely and utterly useless. However, there is one condition where the Spirit Fox with the Queen makes sense. So let's say I'm doing a Zap Lalo, I zap the Monolith there, and I want to Sui the Town Hall. I'm going to Sui the Town Hall here without using any other troops. Now, it helps that the wall is wide open here, but, I mean, you could use a wall breaker if you wanted. I don't count that as using a funnel troop or a troop to tank, but have a look at this. So, Spirit Fox does have just enough HP, still doing its thing. We go invisible here. Queen goes up to deal with the Tesla. Now, the Spirit Fox will go down here, but we've got into the Town Hall without taking any damage, and that is so critical. Now, we could have got the Town Hall down with the Unicorn as well. I'm not saying you couldn't have, but the Queen wouldn't have been full HP when she did it. So it is a bit safer to use the Fox just in case there are traps. Coming in here, we're going to use the Spirit Fox on the Royal Champion. So the Royal Champion going to come in on the bottom side here, and let's see how this goes. So this is a live attack. We'll be looking away just for the second. I'm just trying to figure out where to put this Skelly spell down. And have a look at this. The Monolith locks onto the Royal Champion, but she goes invisible, and then this is why the Spirit Fox is so good with the Royal Champion. If we had the Diggy here, the Diggy would be stuck on the skeletons, and the RC would be stuck on them forever, and you get no progress. But now she goes invisible, and the Monolith has stopped targeting, and the skeletons have as well. And look at this, we haven't had to use any spells, we haven't had to use our RC ability, none of that nonsense. The RC has gotten through just fine on her own. And that right there shows how strong the Spirit Fox can be with the Royal Champion. Now, if in this hit I use the RC with the King, makes more sense to use the Diggy, because yet again, if you're already being tanked for, no need to use the Spirit Fox. But if you're using the RC by herself, then it does make sense. How about when you do a Queen Charge attack? Now, I've deliberately picked doing Queen Charge Lalo here, because if you're doing Queen Charge Twin Hogs, it makes a lot of sense to use the Diggy, because the RC is going to be tanked for anyway with all the Hogs in front of her, so no need to use the Spirit Fox. Better to use the Diggy. But Queen Charge Lalo, yeah, you can use the Diggy, and that will help the Lalo, but the invisibility would be handy anyway, and you'll see why here. So we use the RC with the Spirit Fox, and she gets rid of that air defense, and that allows our Lava Hound to go out in front and tank much better than if that air defense had been up. And whilst the Scatter and Air Bow lock on to the RC, she goes invisible quickly and maintains her health. So the Lalo's coming across here, we freeze the Scatter Shot, and our RC still has plenty of health. Stone Slammer doing awesome on the bottom side. We're about to pop the Warden ability here. Beautifully done. And notice how much health the RC still has, despite the fact that this is an air attack and she's coming with it and she is a ground unit. Still going to work out just fine. And yeah, this base is completely and utterly wrecked. That's a really nice freeze there, if I may say so myself. The Fox and RC still going strong. We're going to swag the Queen and RC ability on this one. So I think that says it enough. Queen charge, Lalo, or any Lalo attack, bring the Fox. And that's it for sneak peek number 3. Let me know your thoughts of it down below. In my opinion, Spirit Fox is amazing. Best used with the RC, but definitely can be used with the King as well. Didn't show it with the Warden in this one because I think we all know it makes no sense to use such an OP pet with the Warden. If you'd like to see the full list of changes, we've got a blog for every single sneak peek. The link will be down in the description and the pinned comment below.